is good? It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're gonna be talking about the 3 new cards that we do know are coming in tomorrow's COOKIN drop, including Seth Curry, the brother of Steph Curry, the ultimate lock-in reward, who could be a really good budget sharpshooter at the point guard position. You also do see Ruby Chris Mullin, who, I mean, for those of you guys who love Kyle Korver, could give you another Kyle Korver type guy in my team. And then the power forward center, Elton Brand. Now, Elton Brand probably not going to be able to shoot. And the problem I see with Elton Brand is he is only 6'9". Now, we're going to take a deeper dive into each and every one of these 3 cards. Remember, after these 3 cards, it means 9 cards are going to be able or be locked in for Steph Curry. And honestly, guys, I'm glad that there's another Emerald as well as Sapphire to just make the total lock-in amount for Steph not super expensive. Now, I know we do see a Ruby tomorrow, and Chris Mullin probably isn't going to be cheap, but as far as the rest of the set so far, it is relatively cheap in my team. So let's start it off with Seth Curry. Now, when I'm talking about Seth Curry, Here's what I think about, right? Obviously, Dallas Mavericks, Seth Curry normally has a decent, release. I do believe that's what the Ricky Davis base was early on last year. But Seth Curry, the problem with him is he's only 6'1", right? I mean, I feel like 2 years ago, he was like 6'3". Then he went to 6'2" last year. And now he's only 6'1". So again, just continues to kind of lose some athleticism. But on the base card, he already has that 67 speed, which is not bad. Seth Curry base on normal timing is fine. Again, dribble 6 as well as the pro leaner probably is all okay. Do I think he plays in any squad, whether you're no money spent, whether you are, big baller? I don't think so. Again, that's just me and my initial opinion because he's just too tall. He is going to be able to shoot the ball well for you. Defensively, though, he's only 6'1". I mean, probably going to have 0 defensive badges as well, which goes back to my whole point of I just don't think the card is going to be able to play for you guys. Now, again, if you want to run Seth Curry, do what you got to do. Don't let me be the one to tell you, to not run him because he does have good hot spots, at least in play. Now, you look at the gold Seth Curry, he has decent hot spots too. Now, when I'm shooting around with him, again, the release just feels a little slow to me. If it's on normal. If it's on quick, I feel like it could be good. But on normal, again, it just takes a little too long to develop. He probably is going to be chicken man in my team because it is super easy to time and easy to green. It just feels, in my opinion, a little slow. I'm not going to say really slow, but just a little slow for my specific liking in my team. I do think he's going to be fine other than that. It's just he's 6'1", release isn't super quick. I just don't see how the card plays. Chris Mullin up next. Now, let's see. Do we have a Chris Mullin card in my team? I don't believe we do. But if we go to early on last year, we did see some decent Chris Mullin cards early on. Now, let's just look at Chris Mullin. Now, the first one we saw was this season 1, obviously, Amy, who had a 93 3-ball with obviously great defense. Thing is, he's 6'7". Again, I'm going to compare him a lot to Kyle Korver, because that's kind of what I think Chris Mullin's going to give you on the court. He is a lefty, which gives him at least something unique, right? And there's not that many lefties in the game right now, and so the lefty release is at least something different. Now, for Chris Mullin, I'm going to shoot around with him really quick, and then I'll just tell you kind of my thoughts. Movement-wise, not great. Release-wise, it's fine. I'm not even going to sit here and gas his release. Kyle Korver has a way better release. Mike Miller has a better release. Mullin's is easy to green. To me, it's just a little on the slow side of things. That's just my opinion shooting around with him. It is silky smooth, greening basically everything I'm shooting with him on the Hall of Fame difficulty. But again, it's just a little slow. Leaner does look decent. I think he's going to be fine. Before a Ruby, is he going to be worth his price? No. It's just really that simple because I know defensively he's going to leave a lot to be desired. And that's not me saying he's going to be horrible because he's not. But he is on that end of the court going to not be great. So that's the one thing about Chris Mullin. Defensively going to struggle. Offensively, release is silky smooth. He's 6'7". He could play for you guys. So if you are really wanting to lock in Steph Curry and aren't set at that shooting guard position, Chris Mullin can play for you. I'm not going to sit here and lie because his release is one that you guys should never, ever ever miss with. Again, I'm shooting around with him on Hall of Fame from 3, and I think I've made 16 out of 17 all green. So just know his release is going to be really good. And my team has decent frame at 6'7", but like, I'm just gonna look at his play now stats, right? He has a 99 three ball there, but his defense still, I mean, obviously on this card is a little bit better, but I do not expect his speed to be good. Speed probably somewhere in the 60s if I had to guess. Again, I expect him stat-wise to be relatively similar to the Kyle Korver we do have in my team. There's a card that's gonna green like reds and stuff like that. Chris Mullin probably will be able to do that just because, again, of that three ball. Elton Brand last, but certainly not least. Here's the problem with Elton Brand, and I'm gonna say this in the nicest way possible. He's just too short. I mean, last year we got the pink diamond Elton Brand in the trophy case, who was fine, but if you look at like this Elton Brand, he's not, the sapphire Elton's not gonna be this good. I mean, he's not gonna be able to shoot. Defensively, Elton is still going to be fine. Like for a sapphire, he's still gonna be fine. But the big problem is I do not expect him to have a three ball, which I'm sorry, if you do not have a three ball Elton Brand, I don't know how much I can sit here and hype you up. I'm not trying to hate on you, but it really is that simple. It really is that easy to understand, because if you're only 6'9" at the power forward position and you can't shoot, what are you really providing for you for someone on the court? His dunking rating isn't going to be good. He's going to be the type of guy that's going to work decent in the post, but again, is that really what your goal is going to be on the offensive end of the court? And I just don't think that's what people want to do. Like, to me, he's going to be basically like a Julius Randle that can't shoot. That's probably what Elton Brand is going to look close to. And who really wants to play like that? I know I personally wouldn't want to play like that. Now you guys might want to do your own thing, and I don't care if you want to play like that. Do what you got to do. But to me personally, it's just kind of a boring way to play, and it's gonna ruin floor spacing really with Elton Brand if you do run him on the court. So that's just kind of what I'm seeing out of these three cards. Seth Curry, I just wish he was a little bit taller. Like, I know it's not that much to ask, but he's only 6'1", and I'm telling you guys right now, height kind of runs the game still to this day, especially, you know, with how many times you got to switch screens, stuff like that. So Seth Curry, wish his release was on quick too. It probably won't be. Leaves a lot to be desired. Not an emerald I pick up. Chris Mullin's going to be really fine, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. 6'7", going to be able to play decent defense. His release isn't as quick as a guy like Kyle Korver's, but it is super easy to time and easy to green. Chris Mullin can be a guy, if you are going to lock in for Steph Curry, that can obviously play for you. And then obviously Elton Brand. Just, look guys, I'm trying to find something positive to say about Elton Brand, but I just can't do it. I can't find anything positive to say about him. Let me know your thoughts on each and every one of them down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.